Happy New Year! Just thought I'd come on here to wish everyone a Happy New Year and may all of your dreams come true in 2022. Um, I feel like it's going to be a good one. It feels really good to me. And quite a lot of things like that I've learned over the last year that really, like, if you'd even brought them up to me even the year before, I would have been like, just that's just too out there. I don't think I could get on board with that. But really, like, we're very limited by what we choose to believe, like what we accept as truthful, and it's okay to go along with this. That really limits us, and it's really important to just allow your consciousness to expand, like it's okay to accept beliefs that have nothing to do with like whatever you already know or whatever you were already taught. Just go with it and see how you feel. If it feels good to you, then work with that. It's fine, it's okay to do that. And the other thing that's really just been totally illuminated to me this last year is how everything is set up to make us feel like an outsider, or to feel like other people don't fit in with us. Everything is set up to be divisive. So whether you internalize that or whether you externalize that, like everything that's going on is set up to be divisive. And it's really important to not take any sides. Like whatever you think, whatever you feel really strongly about, you probably shouldn't feel that strongly about it. Like, without getting into too much detail, I mean, it's just everything is set up to be so divisive, and at the end of the day, like, there really isn't such a thing as division between all of us. There really is only love between us, and love is not a human emotion, it's an intelligent consciousness. It's formless. It's an intelligent consciousness, and it's formless. So it's not like it's a person that can stand there and talk to you or anything. And we will confuse that with emotions. Emotions come and go. Being annoyed comes and goes. Like feeling happy about something, it comes and goes. That's another thing that another falsehood that we're presented with, is that you should be happy all the time. But that's just not. It's not humanly possible. So it's ridiculous. But love is not a human emotion, it's an intelligent consciousness, and it permeates us all, and you can allow it in or you can block it from coming in, but it's still there. It's never going to go anywhere. And so whatever you know to be true in your heart and soul, that belongs to the consciousness of love. And whatever you think the structure of your life is, or the structure of your beliefs are, or what you think is the right side or the wrong side or whatever, if they don't fall under the general umbrella of the intelligent consciousness of love, then know that it's set up to be divisive, and it's set up to control you in some way and to stop you from just being in your highest timeline. And it's really important for you to allow yourself to get there, and to allow the things in your life that need to fall away, or to rearrange things that need to be rearranged, or just to allow your feelings to surface. Like whatever it is that goes on within you, just allow it to surface. Like it's okay, it's not going to kill you or anything. And usually those are the biggest obstacles that we have, is that we're scared of the truth. Like sometimes you just don't want to know. I just don't want to know, because then if I know, then I'll have to deal with the consequences. So I'd rather not know. But at the end of the day, like, if you're scared of the truth, then you're scared of the truth. So you'll never get it. You won't get the truth if you're scared of it. So you have to allow, like, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And, good isn't good and bad isn't bad. Like, that's another form of divisiveness, where we label things as good and where we label things as bad. Everything just is, and it's okay. Recently watched the new Matrix film, and like, I'm not going to talk about the film because I don't want to give away any spoilers or anything. But what I will talk about is the previous three films. So you've had 20 years to watch them. And so the previous three films, like, what is the undercurrent in those stories? It's not about the special effects and you know the 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 construct that you know their brains are their consciousness is placed in. What is the undercurrent? The undercurrent is love. That's what it's about. And you know, Neo is the one. He's like, the oracle has prophesied that there's the one who's going to be able to unlock minds. Okay, but he knows he's not the one. Okay, because there is no such thing as the one. It takes two to tango, right? And it takes a village, right? And it's everybody that comes together to help and support Neo that allows him to be able to achieve his goal or the objective. It wasn't even his goal or his objective, but it was something that had to be done. And what supported that was the intelligent consciousness of love. Okay, and the biggest support for him, not just Morpheus and everybody and all, you know, all of the different ships that come in to help him and disobey direct orders, because they're, you know, in the last three films, like, Zion is under threat, like total threat of annihilation, and those, like, there's a couple of ships that literally disobey direct orders just to support this cause. Why? Because they know that there's this pull, and they know, like, I know I'm doing something that I have been told, and I know there's gonna be harsh consequences for me to pursue this, but at the same time, like, they know that I have to do it. They just know, because of that intelligent consciousness that drives them and tells them that, yeah, this must be done. And so, you know, he's able to get to the finish line because of that support. But mostly for him, he knows he can't do it without the love of Trinity. She loves him and he loves her, and they know it. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way, whether they're together or whether they're apart, because they're bonded by the intelligent consciousness of love. It's a force. It doesn't have, like, you can't see it, you can't measure it or anything, but you know it. You just know it. It's there and you know it, and it can guide you, and it should guide you. And when you let divisiveness just fall away, you're able to feel it and see it. Whereas if you're really aligned with, I'm really left aligned, or I'm really right aligned, like, let me make something very clear. I'm no longer anything aligned, okay? I think it's all bullshit, and I stand by that, because it's all based on your brain's, the type of programming that you've received growing up throughout your whole life aligns to a certain set of, you know, values or ideals, okay? But all of those things are just thoughts. Like, none of those things are actually real, you know? And the more you align to, like, mental energy, the further away you are from heart space. And I'm not saying that you should never use your brain or listen to your thoughts or anything like that, but you have to like, be able to observe whether, are you constantly operating from brain space and you never step into heart space? You know what I mean? Like, there has to be a balance there. That's why we have all of these energies, and we shouldn't primarily be in the brain space. And this is why I always say, you have to meditate, you have to clear your mind, you have to choose your thoughts, you have to be conscious of what's coming in and what you're interacting with. And so like, at the end of those three films, like, what does it culminate in? Basically, it culminates in that in the end, it's just Neo and Trinity, and he's blinded, so he can't do it without her. She has to fly the ship. And then, you know, they're not sure if they're going to make it, and so she just decides to go above the clouds, and what does she see? She sees the sun. It's the first time she's ever seen and felt the sun, and obviously he feels the sun too, as their human selves, not as their entrapped, enslaved selves with their brain, you know, their pranas being harvested to power the machine world. And so he makes it to the end, strikes a deal with the machine world to ensure that Zion is saved, and that's how it ends. But the undercurrent there is that it's a love story. The undercurrent is that it's the intelligent consciousness of love. That's the only thing that can tell you what's right. Not a news report, not sitting around with a bunch of people talking about fucking shit that has nothing to do with anything. Reciting facts and figures constantly, like just talking about things that bring you down or get you aggravated or, you know, make you feel some kind of way. Like, you don't need to feel any of those things. All you have to do is step into your heart space. Just try to meditate. If you're not already doing it, like try to do it. And it may seem boring at first because that's what your brain wants you to think, because your brain is really at odds with your heart, like most of the time, in fact, all of the time. And it's important for you, you're the being within, like you're the observer of your thoughts, and you're the person that can connect with the flow of love. So it's important for the being within. You have to disidentify from the mind. That's not you. Whatever you think is not you. You know, whatever you've set up in your life, that's not you. Your ego identity is not you. Okay, the being within is you. And so it's really important to sit back into that and find peace. And so that's what I wish for everybody in 2022, is to step into that and to find peace, because that's what we are. And the more hyped up you get, the more like you don't benefit from it. Okay, it's not you that's benefiting from you getting like aligning to this and being hyped up about that and being worried about this. And I know, and I have full faith that everything in the world is going to be fine. Okay, close all the timelines that you don't want to happen. Do not focus on things that you don't want to happen. Close those timelines. Put your energy and your effort into the place that you do want, and the things that you do want, and the joy that you do wish to seek, and the health and the happiness and the abundance. Everything that you want and need is already yours, and it will be at your doorstep. You have to hold that in your heart, and don't get, you know, discouraged by the odd mishap here and there, or like cancelled plans or whatever the fuck. Like literally I had plans right now and they got cancelled, so I thought, I'm not gonna let all this makeup go to waste without making a video. And so here we are. So happy new year, and may all of your dreams come true in 2022.